This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
Hi guys, it's time to get something to ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis-T.
And I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
Nubby, we got a lot of cards to cover. We got a lot of shows coming up this weekend. We got 2 shows happening this past weekend. Cover the results of all those and everything. We can dive right into those in a minute. But first, I got to get your response to a lot of shit your buddies was saying about you, man.
Wait. Travis, I know what you're going with. And, oh, hi, Betty. How you doing? So, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Like, stuff that actually matters. And we'll save the dog shit for the end. How about that?
So what you're saying is you want to talk about the wrestling first on the wrestling podcast.
Yeah, talk about wrestling.
And deal with the uselessness at the end there.
Right.
I'm on board 100%. Let's do that then. Cool. Okay, so let's start with results. What happened this past weekend? I know you want to talk about CSW because apparently something huge happened at the end of that based on your message coming on like, holy shit, SCW. And then obviously something Steve mentioned. I did see an image of 2 what looked like long-term CSW guys. We're going to talk into that, but let's go ahead and run through Power Entertainment. They had their show this past Friday. We'll get through that. I do know they do have a show coming up on February 1st. But let's go ahead and get the results from this past Saturday down, which was obviously Pow's Fight Night that they started doing, which I do got to get up and watch it. I mean, I do miss going to Power Entertainment. I've only been to, I think, maybe a couple shows. I got to go with you, man. We got to go and... have a conversation with well, not a conversation, but we do need to go, cheer on Paulie Tomaselli. So,
I mean, I've been to a fight night once. It was during the POW SCW war. I decided to show up in T Woods. Watch a little wrestling, start some shit. It's actually a nice venue.
Nice, awesome to hear. Okay, well, hey, good news for you. It doesn't look like Power Entertainment posted the results, so unfortunately, we can't talk about what happened.
It does sound like Mason Perks is still your champion, though.
That is 100% true. That is a fact.
Chris Hedford apparently can't get his people to win championships. Now, it has been documented on social media that there's a plan in place, that they're just going to keep beating Mason Perks down, and then when Jason Dukes is ready, he'll come and take the title. What it sounds like to me is Mason Perks is just better than the entire Reckoning, but they can't handle it, so they're just not going to try and win because they know Mason Perks is better.
Yeah. It's I guess it's logical, I guess, in Hedford's mind, which, I mean, anything can be logical when you're an idiot. But it's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep throwing people out there, and they may keep on losing, and we may keep looking stupid, and we may keep looking weak, but one day, there's going to be a 28-day period between shows where he's going to get a little bit fucking tired. And that's when we strike. Come on. But, hey, good on Hedford for attempting to have a plan. Ultimately, it's Hedford, so we all know it's going to fail. So,
I mean, it sounds like it's a long-term plan. Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, if you went out to T-Wood, you saw Fight Night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't got results or anything for it like I thought I would, but we will touch on Power Entertainment's next show, Broken Hearts, which is going to be February 1st. So we'll talk about here probably even, I think it was next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah,
So
next week. So next week
how about that?
we'll be back in POW. So who knows? Maybe fucking February 1st perks will be tuckered out. Who knows? So.
Yeah.
But you know, it gives us a lot of time to talk about CSW because, like I said, something happened, and I know you were excited to kind of talk about it. I know Steve was upset at what happened. I know Angel was kind of happy about it, and Steve was upset with Angel for being happy about it. So if Angel's happy about it, you're excited to see about what happened, and Steve doesn't like it. It has to be something pretty fucking cool.
Well, I'm not excited about what happened. I'm in shock about what happened, but I just couldn't wait to talk about it. So, but we will get into that.
Talk about it.
Because it will be in the main event.
The thing that we're going to talk about is coming up.
It is. And I will talk about it when it's time. Because it needs to be talked about, and I will talk about it. But the first thing we're going to...
When it's time?
When it's time.
When it's time?
When it's time.
JFW
time. Haha. All right. So we had the show start out with a pre-show matchup and a pre-show tag team matchup, if you will. And it was Lennox Leone and Eric Surge defeating debuting Connor Hopkins and Hunter Holcraft.
You know, I think that's the first time I heard of anyone from the Coyotes in quite a few months. I mean, Dreamwave, yes, but I guess like Chicagoland area, but it's been a minute.
Yeah. Now we had the Futures Battle Royal. Now the winner of this Battle Royal were to see, fumbling my words. The winner of this battle
to be on a vlog.
Yeah. Or on a soundbite. The winner of this Battle Royal ends up in a spot on the main card in the Scramble later on.
Awesome.
Now, it was a who's who in this Battle Royal because it wasn't just the CSW Academy students.
Yep.
Here's a couple of names that were in it, and I'm going to tell you. Shaq Jordan. Donovan was in it.
Which Shaq Jordan? We getting the turtleneck, Rocky Johnson from 1990, Shaq Jordan, or the one that fucking Steve used to like?
This one I think Steve liked.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know what he said on commentary. So.
But good on Steve. Let me cut you off. That's what I do. Good on Steve for looking past his own personal issues and giving Shaq Jordan an opportunity in this Battle Royal. Good on him.
Donovan Marcellus.
Awesome.
Brendan Balling also. So it's like we've seen a bit of a Rocket Pro and ARW in one ring. There were many guys there that are not normally at CSW, including me. I was in it. I showed up. I walked out there, and then all of a sudden, the ropes broke before I even got in the ring. So I guess I intimidated the ropes.
Well, I mean, you haven't stepped through them at a CSW show in what, like a year?
Less than a year, but yeah.
Has it? Were you in a CSW match last year in 2024?
I did some battle royals. I did a couple. Yes.
Dude, I just remember asking you every time if you're in a battle royal and you just kept saying no. It felt like it's been like a long ass time.
It has been. It's been a long. Okay. It was a long summer into the fall. I think the last one was about May. I want to say. I did a few. Not many, and that was my choice. I could have been in any one of them, but I saw an opportunity here. I'm like, you know what? The winner gets to be on the main card.
Yeah.
This could have been my chance, you know? Now, I did get my pops. It did happen. So maybe it
Did
was
you?
the pop. Maybe it was the turtle chance that broke the ropes.
Okay, awesome. Well, we all know Nubby gets pops.
I get pops.
So
And
clearly
I got
they didn't forget you.
no, they didn't. Well, they still cheered for me to be reffing because every time a ref goes down, they want me to slide in and make the count. But I just slide into DMs these days. That's about it.
My God.
But that's a
Oh,
whole
man.
nother story.
Okay, you hear
but
that,
yeah.
Petty? No, I'm just fucking with you. She's not there.
No, I hope.
Right? We're gonna catch a murder on recording. It's gonna be awesome. And then I'll still release it because I need views, apparently.
I mean, these are a little bit of hollow walls over here, but I think she's got the TV up loud
A
enough to
fist just comes through it, grabs you, pulls you in.
that would make some great content. So don't end the recording. Make sure it gets up on YouTube.
Oh,
But
hell yeah. But you're in the battle royal, man. You're in the battle royal. You're breaking rings and shit. You're getting pops. Fuck
yeah, I'm just causing a bunch of chaos. Now because of the ropes, now it was the middle and top. It happens. Rings don't last, ropes don't last. It just happens. So due to that, the rules had to change a little bit. You couldn't obviously be thrown over the top. So it was once you're thrown out of the ring and both feet hit the floor, you're eliminated. Now I was down there with about the final 6.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Me and Sam Eli were just eliminated at the same time.
I do love me some Sam Eli though. Awesome guy.
We were fighting and fighting, and then we just both got pushed. Now, maybe if there were ropes, I could have won the match.
I think so.
Because I need something to lean on.
When you're not strong,
Right.
I'll be your friend.
Well, because there was only one rope.
Just call me, brother, when you need a friend. Because we all need somebody to lean on. You just might have a problem. And I'll understand.
Lean on me.
It's a good song. No regrets. Great song.
And they used to sing that to me at work because that's all I did. But that's a whole nother story too. But in the end, the winner was Shaq Jordan. So he got to go in the scramble later on in the show.
But and like you mentioned, like when those 2 ropes when they're gone, you're pretty much just saying, okay, cool. Now you have to survive on this platform. Regardless of that bottom rope there or not, there's no way to prevent yourself from getting pushed off. So good on Shaq for surviving. So that's a big debut for what did Steve used to call him?
The generational treasure.
Yeah, there we go. Good on him.
And he calls him the generational bitch these days, but he was forced to call him treasure this time.
Dude, everyone's calling everyone a bitch these days.
Yeah.
It happens. Maximus is a bitch. Shaq's a bitch. Everyone's just a bitch these days.
Apparently I am.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, God, I can't wait to talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah, because we saved.
That's that useless shit. That's that scripted bullshit that has to be discussed at the end of the show.
I mean, we don't even do that to the 4th mother box.
Oh God, no.
They're worse than the 4th mother box.
It's worse, yeah. Well, because the 4th mother box, they don't script their shit. They don't have to, sit there and giggle like, oh, this is gonna be good to say. No, they just go out there and fucking say it like men, even though they're fucking gingers.
Only one of them say something of substance, though.
Yeah, the other one doesn't need to say anything because we don't say anything of value to respond to, or whatever he fucking says.
Yeah. Which I still have to catch up on that this week. I didn't go to work today, so I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole show. Our thing on the Power Hour was mentioned, but I'm gonna have to probably re-listen and get more of the content out. But we could talk about that next week if anything pops up. But we still have CSW, and the main show started, and for the Metro Division title, Quintero defeated FXB in a great match. What's up?
Quick question. Did you fix the ropes?
The ropes were fixed, yes.
Okay.
Well, they brought in their spare ropes. So
Because I
we
was
were
gonna be
good.
curious. I was gonna be kind of curious on if they did the entire show with no ropes, and they just went. What that was at the Diddy Underground,
Yeah.
right? Just make this whole underground show and just say the hell with it. So
Yeah.
okay.
Or that sumo match that Earthquake and Yokozuna had.
Oh jeez, yeah, there you go. Or I don't what it was Big Show and like
Oh
Giant
yeah.
Baba or whatever the hell the guys was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I only
Yeah.
like to remember Yokozuna and Earthquake though. So
God,
no one
man.
cares about Big Show.
Earthquake, the Dark Side of the Ring, his story is actually pretty cool, dude. I
Oh,
didn't even know that either. It's like the fact, so like when he was feuding with the Undertaker, or not the Undertaker, Hulk Hogan and all that shit, dude, he was younger than us.
Yeah,
He's
it
like
was.
30, but he looks so old because of the hairline and all that shit. He's got that Gabagool fucking hairline.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was like, well, hell, man, we're just a bunch of fucking nobodies over here, and there was the Earthquake wrestling Hulk Hogan and wrestling, I don't think it was WrestleMania, but wrestling Hulk Hogan on DD at 30, 32 years old.
No, I think he was in his 20s at that time.
It could be too,
when he
yeah.
first,
Fucking impressive, brother.
because he wasn't that young when he died,
He
or
wasn't.
that old. I mean, he was in his
Yeah.
40s when he died. So
Yeah, so damn. Yeah, good on him.
yeah.
But CSW did fix their ropes. Okay, cool. So
They
I
did.
just okay. So no CSW Underground yet.
Yeah. But yeah, well, funny. It's funny. We actually did that at the school once. We named it Underground once before we did the proving ground stuff. But nonetheless, yeah, Quintero did defeat FXB and retain the Metro Division title. Thank God that we had ropes, because I would have been mad if I didn't get to see some Quintero high flying stuff. Shit.
Mhm.
Well,
I
he would
don't
have made
know.
it work somehow.
Yeah, I don't know if you were planning on mentioning it, but speaking of Quintero, I did see that Inestro was going to give an update on his status. I didn't know if you were going to mention it or not, so I just
Mhm.
because I did
It,
see
it,
it out.
it did. It does happen, and it's
Yeah.
later on.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so he
Then
was
we
at,
had.
so he was there.
He was there.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, hey, if he's there, then that's got to be a positive thing at least, or at least a step in the right direction kind of thing. I'm hopeful
Yeah.
anyway. But okay.
Yeah. You may change your tone on that though. You may wish he wasn't there.
Uh,
Well, I will say. Well, no, wait.
wish he wasn't there.
Well, maybe you would have been okay with what he said because you are Travis-T.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, so you would have enjoyed it. So we had a trios match. Marche Rocket, Axel Rico, and Doom Montgomery defeated Hans Carden, Ryan Matthews, and Jax Johnson. Now, even though that happened, before the match started, Ryan Matthews got on the mic and said that Marche Rocket is like two people. So essentially, he was calling it a 4-on-3 handicap match. I mean, I guess he might have a point. Marche's pretty big, but he's still one person. So Ryan Matthews is an idiot. But so he decided he had another partner waiting, and it was a mannequin with a Ryan Matthews face on it. So I guess that evened the odds, so to speak. It was nutty, I'll tell you that. So Ryan Matthews is the hairless cat. Well, now we had the headless cat.
Mannequin. That's awesome. Hey, I'll tell you right now though, if they bring that mannequin over to Rocket Pro Wrestling, I'll buy it. I'll buy it because that
Well,
is show. Yeah, listen, that guy got booked at more places than fucking Pacman ever has. That makes him a true fucking competitor in this business.
true, but I don't think we will see this mannequin ever again because Ryan Matthews went to go tag it in, but Jax Johnson didn't want the mannequin in the ring. So Jax Johnson was pulling on him on around the waist, and Ryan was pulling the arms, and well, the mannequin no longer has arms. And then Jax Johnson picked up the mannequin's body and threw it on the ground. So there's no more mannequin at this point. Which then it allowed Ryan Matthews to get M80'd by Marche, and that's how Team Asshole lost.
If they don't have a 10-bell salute for the mannequin next month, they missed out. Same.
We may have to. I may have to agree with this. So Steve,
Could we do a moment of silence right now for the mannequin?
I think
Oh,
we should.
Go ahead. Request it to Steve.
Steve, I think we should do a moment of silence for the mannequin next show.
And then on behalf of the mannequin, let's have a moment of silence here for the mannequin. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Okay. See, that's respect. That's respect for the business right there.
Yeah. So then after the match, Jax Johnson and Ryan Matthews had some words, a little bit of a shoving match, if you will. And Eric Schultz came out and tried to, insert his authority and try to separate them. But it didn't really work out too well because when Ryan Matthews walked away, and then when Eric Schultz was trying to console with Jax Johnson, Jax had enough of it and put Eric Schultz in a move and knocked him out. So it seems like the brass is finally getting slayed. Another faction slayed.
Faction slayed.
And how about that? I competed that night.
Right. That's the downfall of the brass holes. And TJ Steele's still nowhere to be found.
No, he got fired.
Yeah.
So there we go. Now, speaking of Eric Schultz, now he was in the scramble. He was scheduled. But since he was laid out in the ring, Steve said, you know what? We are going to start the scramble now. So the scramble is beginning, and in the end, it was Bruce Hamilton winning via submission. Now, the other participants were Joey Pearson, Lizard Man, Shaq Jordan, obviously, who won the Battle Royal, Chris Miller, and Lily Pescadita. And Lily fucked Chris Miller up yet again. But again, in the end, it was Bruce Hamilton, that big behemoth of a man, by his submission.
Good for him.
Now,
good for Russ. Good for Lily for fucking a Miller.
Hell yeah. Fuck Chris Miller. He sucks.
Dipshit.
Yeah.
Him and his Sledgehammer Michelle or whatever, Christine or whatever the fuck it is.
You got Christine and their daughter Christine.
Oh. Well, yeah.
He's got a little one. Named it Christine Jr. or something.
Clever.
That dude's got he's a little weird out there, you know. Pretty different from Miller Time, that's for sure.
I do miss Miller Time.
Have you heard of this tag team called Shane Squared?
Is it anything like Mike Squared? Happy in IPW soon?
I forgot all about that, but you're on the right track.
I sure as hell did it. I sure as hell did.
Because
Rion didn't either. Oh, which, by the way, hey, surprise everybody. We will have Rion on our show in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. Rocket Pro Week.
Yeah, Rocket Pro Week. We're going to get his point of view on his refereeing of the main event of Rocket Pro. Because unfortunately, he had to leave Power Hour last Tuesday, and we didn't get a response to him. So we're going to have him on the show in 2 weeks to give his response. So, yeah. But no,
he loves responding.
He does love responding now, because there's more than one way to go about the things. So
there is.
Shane Squared, no, I have not heard of Shane Squared.
Well, I'm going to tell you about Shane Squared. Are you
going to do it now?
I'm going to do it right now.
As in right now?
Right now, I'm going to tell you that Shane Squared is Shane Hollister and Shane Boucher. Now, it was actually a made-up name. That night. I forgot who exactly said it. I think it might have been Steve on commentary. But funny story is, at the end, when I was doing my notes for the show, well, obviously, so they did win the match. Well, I'll just go with that because as I was writing the name down, I did it because they got shortened it up. Didn't feel like writing it all out again. Um, Wade, the ring announcer, announced it as Shane Squared. So he did that as I typed it. Now I'm like, what? How did that happen?
Is that the was that the Hatekeeper versus Hatekeeper tag match?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I guess I got that one right when we did predictions. Okay, awesome.
Huh.
Dude, and I get it. Like Tupu's hard to pick against, but I mean Boucher is such a good talent in the ring. Plus those sideburns. Come on now.
Oh yeah. But so during Tupu and Marston's entrance, Shane Squared, that has to be a thing now. It has to be on a
It
t-shirt.
should be. Yeah.
They attacked Tupu and Marston prior to the match started. And there was no bell yet. They went all around the place, and then Steve got on the mic and said, "You know what? I'm tired of this shit." He made it a Texas Tornado match. So rightfully so. I mean, they weren't listening to the referee, so you might as well just make it official and let them fight, right? Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's more logical than watching two of your wrestlers get their ass and to them and like instead of stopping and saying, hey, listen, let's break this up, let's get this organized, just like ring the bell.
Well, he's just tired of the hate keepers in general. So he wants them to fight it out, and he did.
I was like, heel Steve to me.
Or he's just the hate keepers did give him a hard time when he was GM before and then after a little bit. But yeah, I think this is a different Steve. He's probably, inserting more authority, which, you know what? Let him fight. Who cares?
Yeah.
But in the end, Shane Square did win. Then we had the returning Heather Reckless, or Heather by Elegance in TNA, defeating Shazza McKenzie and Maggie Lee in a triple threat match.
Oh, good for her. Okay.
Did you predict that too?
No, I think I went Shazza. I think I picked I picked Shazza in that one. Yeah. Yeah. Which I mean, good on Heather, 100%, and obviously, a good victory to get her into the upcoming TNA main event or TNA show the following day. I'm not quite sure what the results are on that. I'd have to look at that, but I don't think they won. I'd have to look. But,
Well, we'll find out.
oh yeah, we'll find out. Yeah. I still gotta do the. Well, first off, I gotta find out what the fuck Dizzle J was, what his predictions were because it made no sense to me whatsoever. And then I can figure out, yeah, because that shit was absurd. I was looking at that, I'm like, yeah, nah. But no, we'll get the results of that because we got to figure out who won.
Right. Well, speaking of winning, Adam Stallion and Cypher retained their tag team titles over Grayson and Valor. Now, I'm gonna give it to I think it was Valor. He chopped Cypher, which not always a good thing because you're gonna get it back. And I think this chop might have topped all the chops Marche has ever given because it echoed throughout the building. But that started the downfall for Grayson and Valor. But it was a great match. They put up a hell of a fight and mutual respect between teams at the end. So,
which you love to see sometimes.
yeah. And they get pops too.
Oh, like you.
Yeah. It's mostly from their family, but it's fine. Pops are pops, right?
Still counts, right?
My family don't go, and I still get pops.
Still get pops.
That should say something a little bit. Just a little. Let's see here. Warhorse took on Matt Rayhold or Aiden English.
Did you ask him?
I did not get a chance to talk to him. I did get an exclusive with a referee, which I will send you once we're done here.
Oh, excellent. But you didn't find out if he wrestled you back in the day?
No, but I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Yeah, you don't know until you try, brother. Just saying.
I think I know who I wrestled back in the day, and it wasn't him.
Dude, from what I can tell, dude had like 12 different fucking names. So, possible.
We may have crossed paths. That's about it.
I guarantee you he was probably at an LWF show at one point in his life. As a fan.
I know he was at IWA Mid-South, so I've been there.
Yeah. He probably wasn't at the one I was at, which was like Elite Pro versus IWA or something.
Yeah, I don't think he was on that.
No.
But let's see. Warhorse did get the win because Shazza McKenzie. Oh wait, rewind. Shane Squared was out there first, and when they tried to interfere, they got caught, and the referee threw them out. Then later on, Shazza McKenzie comes out, tries to interfere. There were some mishaps as she was holding Warhorse, or not Warhorse. She was holding Aiden English. Yes, I'm going to call him that because I prefer that name. It's easier to say. He moved, and Warhorse almost took out Shazza, but missed or stopped himself. And then when Aiden English went to go after Warhorse, almost hit Shazza, but stopped himself. And then Warhorse kicked Aiden English into Shazza, and that didn't work out too well for her. But then that allowed a roll up, and Warhorse won the match. So eventually, her interference paid off.
I mean, that's a big win. I mean, good for him.
It is.
Yeah. Plus, I guess as much as it sucks to lose, I'm sure the fans really love to see it in English. Because how long has it been since he was back? Quite a while.
A long time.
Yeah. So.
And that was his home. Like that was where he trained and everything. So.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe this opens up an opportunity for him to come back a little bit more often.
I'm hoping so. Then we had Victor Iniestra come out, and he brought out Lily with him. They are a real life, item. They don't hide it. They might not always agree on things, but what relationship agrees with each other? I mean, honestly.
That's true.
And I don't always agree with that one. But okay, good. All right.
Arm through the wall, bro. Yeah.
He came out, discussed his injuries a little bit. Possibility of returning March or April. As the injury wasn't too severe, he does not need surgery. After everything that happened, it was just a shoulder injury.
Oh, well, that's lucky.
I mean, he doesn't even remember what happened. So obviously he had some trauma, but not to the point where it was that terrible.
Yeah.
But when we thought he was turning over a new leaf, he's still the same person because he belittled the crowd because they did not, care about him when he got hurt, which is a lie. They didn't donate to his GoFundMe or whatever, which is a lie. I'm pretty sure that a lot of fans did. He even belittled Lily and said she didn't take care of him like she should have. Didn't pamper his feet, didn't rub his back. I don't know what the case is. But let's just say he's still the same old Iniestra. Pompous jackass. And now I don't know anymore about this guy. He's a jerk.
It's hard to sympathize with somebody who has that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, good on him for being able to return, but yeah, no. You gotta respect people you're with and fucking fans and shit. I mean,
Hmm. I mean, they showed how much they cared, but I guess he just doesn't care. And he did say that he will be coming for that Metro Division title. He's not over this whole thing. He wants Quintero again. All right. Gringo Loco defeated Ares, who replaced Conan Lycan due to illness. That match was what it was. Hard hitting, flippy.
was what it was.
Not much to say. I mean, it was fun to watch. Just I'd like to see that match happen again. But there was a lot of fuck yous from Ares though. He kept flipping everybody off and stuff. So there's that. Then we had the women's title 3 Stages of Hell main event. Now again, first fall singles, second fall submission, and if needed, first blood. Now, before the match started, Belmont attacked Missa Kate and hit her with the championship. No bell rung yet, but then the bell eventually rang and she took advantage and got the first fall over Missa. Sounds about what right about Belmont. She's a bitch. She would do that.
Gotta find that win, brother. Gotta find that win.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's smart. Then Misso got the second fall via submission because it was a submission match. So we went into the first blood. They hit each other with chairs. I think the belt was used again. They came over by the commentary area, which I was sitting by. I got up this time and I protected the bell. I didn't want them touching the bell. I protected the commentary so no one got hurt. The garbage can got hurt. But then they got back to the ring eventually. The
Poor
referee got
garbage
knocked. The poor garbage can.
Oh God, it's like being up an LAM member.
Yeah, their home. They took out their home.
Right. Of course, we'll talk about that useless shit at the end.
Yeah. Although I am an LIM member, so it is my home too. Damn it.
Yeah.
Sure. So how dare they ruin my house?
Why?
Eh. But anyways, so
Not for long.
yeah. The ref got knocked out twice. First time, it was by Belmont. She accidentally headbutted the ref. And she's got a hard head, so she can knock out anybody. And then he got hit again. And then it was during that time, Missa did get, she got cut open, but the ref was down, so they didn't see anything. But when Missa was about to hit Belmont with the chair, the referee came to and saw the blood before she can even do anything, called for the bell. And now we have a new women's champion in Amina Belmont.
Wow. Man.
Did not see that coming, but you know what? Things happen, right? So after the match, Missa got on the mic, thanking the crowd. Now I assumed that maybe she was leaving after this. Maybe she had got a contract somewhere or something. I don't know.
WEID
Or something. I don't. It seemed like something was up. I mean, she was in tears and everything, thanking the crowd. She thanked Steve Boz because that was her trainer. She even thanked Marche Rocket. And speaking of Marche, him and a bunch of other roster members were at ringside, clapping their hands for Missa. And I'm like, okay, this must be her goodbye or something. And then Marche, because Missa couldn't get the words out because she was crying so much, he went in there, consoled her, raised her hand. Then all of a sudden, M80 onto Missa. Just out of nowhere. It happened. I was shocked. I looked over at Steve. His mouth was wide open. Like, what the fuck just happened? And then Steve, or no, then some of the guys went in the ring and Marche took them out. And Steve Boz came out, thinking, oh, okay, Boz gonna make the save. He turned on Missa as well.
Wow.
Crazy. It was a whole lot of shockingness. Like, I never thought I'd hear see the day that I would hear, fuck you, Boz. Fuck you, Boz. And that's what the crowd was saying. And they both went on a rant about they're tired of these younger guys coming in here and all that shit. But I'm just thinking, I'm like, but Boz, you're training these kids, and now all of a sudden you resent them. And then Marche, of all people, like we've seen Marche, be the bad guy at times, but never to this point where he's got to throw an F bomb on the mic.
Ooh, family show.
It hasn't been a family show in a long time. I think family showing out once they went to that building and Nick Brewbreaker started saying "fuck this, fuck that." So
Fair.
but shocking. This was shocking. Like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens now. Are there more disgruntled vets coming now? What is this the start of something?
Whatever it is, Steve's gonna have to get control of it before it escalates.
He's already losing control.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And it's by like the CSW originals.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting moment to discuss tomorrow on the Power Hour. Not only Steve, but also C Red.
Yeah, I want to hear what C Red has to say about this.
Yeah, because from his response into the post that Steve made, I mean, all it says is I approve this message. I don't know if he's saying that he agrees with Steve on what happened or if he agrees with what happened. That's going to be unique to talk about.
This might be the one Power Hour I actually look forward to. Besides ours.
We were on it last week. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but I didn't need to watch that one, so I was on it.
I do go back and I watch it because I want to be able to see how great I am on it.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I fucking killed it. As always.
Of course you did. Could have done without the ginger guy, but that's fine.
Yeah, you mean the guy who we did this all for, who hung around for like an hour and then had to leave?
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, but yeah, that was CSW season premiere. Look forward to next month and see what happens.
Nice. All right, let's talk about the match cards for this weekend. So we got SCW, we have Frontline Pro, IWA Productions, and D6. Is that it? Yeah, those four, right?
Ultimate Gauntlet and Freelance.
Dude, okay. Well, hey, you know what? I got 4/6 of it, so was that 2/3? Good enough. I think Nuke would call that 500. So it's whatever. We're fine.
We'll just call Scott Steiner.
Yeah. But yeah, so okay. This Saturday, SCW is back at the Japan Civic Center for Arctic Takedown. High Voltage starts up at 6. Bell time starts at 7 p.m. for the main show. Tickets are still available, obviously, at the door. So get there, buy your tickets, get there early, and check out High Voltage. This will be the first High Voltage, I believe, that, Nubby, you're not going to be on. Because you're going to be on the main card. In a match I didn't book.
No.
I mean, I did book it on a high voltage before when you were a champion, and you almost beat your opponent this Saturday is going to be Scott Spade. If anyone hasn't seen that already on Facebook, which SCW and even Omar, the referee, hope you're feeling well, buddy, has advertised, you will be taking on Scott Spade on the main card. And I get that there are other people out there to think you're going to get your ass handed to you and everything because they don't believe in you, them being your friends of the LIM. And I disagree because I saw you face Scott Spade for the 2023. You faced him at Steam Hollow.
Yep.
For your belt.
Mm-hmm.
You retained it because his friends attacked because they could not see their friend Scott Spade lose.
Right.
So now here's an opportunity for you to face him once again, especially after their involvement in your opportunity for the high voltage title last month.
And now let's reiterate. You did not make this match.
I did not make this match because I do not book the main card. I book high voltage.
Right.
But
I am on the main card.
You're on the main card.
Where another person put this match together.
Yeah. A level-headed guy, if you will. Not me.
A level-headed guy. Right.
Yeah. But that's what happens when you get people who don't know what they're talking about out there spewing bullshit and lies because they need to fill their time with content. They don't follow what's real. They just want to make shit up. But anyways, I got confidence in Nubby. I think if there's no interference, which I'm sure there's going to be, because we know Steele's going to be out there. We know Mistress Miz is going to be out there. Hopefully, you got some friends in the back who are willing to come to your rescue if need be. But if they allow you to have the match, I have no doubt you're going to pick up the victory in that match against Scott Spade, like you would have back in 2023 if Torture Killers did not get involved.
And you said it. There are people that don't believe in me. People said that I will get my ass kicked. But the same thing happened last time. People said that shit. And we all know what happened. Now, if Scott Spade's that tough, which I'm not going to lie, he is. He is a tough individual. He's a former champion at POW, SCW. He is a huge vet in this business. But if he's that tough, then I say leave Dollar Store Big Show in the back.
That's right. See, the advantage that you have in the matchup against Scott Spade is that, and I've said it before, I've said it on commentary, and I need people to understand it. Scott Spade is not there to win matches. He doesn't care about winning matches. He doesn't want to be champion. He doesn't want to be a victor. He wants to be the guy who victimizes people. He wants to destroy people. He wants to torture people. He wants to kill people. So when his focus is on destroying you, obviously your focus is on picking up that victory. Those roll-ups come out of nowhere. Small packages come out of nowhere. Those moves, those pins come out of fucking nowhere because he's not thinking about pins. He's thinking about torture and kill, torture killers. So, great advantage for you. You just got to make sure you stay focused and watch those people on the outside of the ring because not me booking this flat top. I have no control on what happens on the main card, both booking-wise and what happens. So, I wish you the best of luck. Again, find some people in the back. Go up to Dallas and Johnny, say, hey, guys, got my back tonight. They're solid folks,
Yeah, if something happens, I can't look over at you and be like, what the fuck?
That's right. No, because I'm just going to commentate exactly what's happening. Be like, oh, my God, I can't believe my friend's getting his ass kicked by 3 people and nobody's coming to his rescue once again. And, that's not just SCW. It's everywhere because for some reason, nobody wants to come help fucking Nubby. Not a big fan of that. I don't like that. Buddy.
It's nutty.
But one of many matches on the main roster, RVP, our new women's champion, will also be defending her championship against Lovely. I say Lucia, but I guess it's pronounced Lucia. Okay. So RVP will be taking on Lovely Lucia. She has been to SCW just a handful of times. She will have an opportunity to claim the SCW championship from RVP, who won the title last month against Crystal. We talked about Scott Spade and Turtle. We're going to see Benny Vargas put his title on the line against one half of Dysfunction and Brandon Espinoza. We're also going to see the Urban Legends put their SCW tag team titles on the line against Johnny Chaos and Dallas Calloway. So 2 young guys looking for an opportunity to claim tag team gold and for Johnny to claim an extra title as he is our current high voltage champion. And I believe, oh yeah, I don't recall who's in the match, but obviously it's been noted that the Collier shot bat is now vacated. Matt Dwarf is no longer with the company. Going to check out other things in life. Who fucking knows? Who cares? Not me. So there's going to be a fatal four-way for the Collier shot ladder, Collier shot bat. I know Logan Steele's in it. I know Eric Schultz is in it. I can't remember the other two people. So, check it out. It is definitely a fatal four-way, and the winner of that match will claim the bat. And, of course, our SCW Heavyweight Championship will be on the line when James Creed takes on the returning former Genesis champion in Jimmy Carrot. These guys had a feud or a fight, years ago where Carrot took the Genesis title off of Creed. So now he's coming back to see if he can take the main title off of Creed. So we'll see what happens this Saturday at Arcade Takedown in Shabans, where SCW will be putting on their first show of 2025.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. More matches will happen, so stay tuned. And you notice I didn't give you a high voltage card because I want you to come and see what happens. Chaos will put the title on the line. We will have a debuting star. Make sure you guys come check it out. Again, Nubby is going to be on the main roster. The Amazing Turtle, main roster debut. First show in 2025. God, I appreciate
And
that.
I know who the other two are in that Collier shot.
Who is it?
Jay Scott and the Governor.
There we go. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Nubs. Appreciate that.
I had to go searching for that shit, but I got it.
I know, because I know Flat Top put a video out there, but I'm not going to sit there and listen to a video while we're trying to do the show to get the answer for it. I just do remember that Logan Steele was threatened to be pulled from the Fatal 4-Way because he was complaining about Callaway and Chaos's title opportunity. And I just also remember Eric Schultz, being mentioned that because I'm a huge fan of Eric Schultz because of his work in the ring. Not what he's done to you. I think what he did to you is disgusting, but I do like him as a talent. So.
Well, they would have got their tag team title shot maybe if they didn't fuck around and, fuck up my match on top of everything else they've done.
Yeah.
You don't get title shots just because you think you earn them. You actually have to earn them, and you can't be causing havoc. That doesn't show earning it.
So you're saying that they fucked around and they found out?
Yeah, they fucked around. They found out what happens.
Faction slayed. Anyways, yeah, so that's SCW. Check out SCW if you're in the Kankakee County area. If not, there's 5 other shows happening over this weekend too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of, what's next?
IWA. We'll go IWA, Gauntlet, all that stuff.
Well, we can do that. Let's start with Ultimate Combat Gauntlet, which takes place this Friday at Magoo's Bar, 6550 South Maynard Avenue in Bedford Park, Illinois. Adults, you're $20, $10 for the kids, and it's the honorary Jean-Claude Van Damme Q-Mite tournament for the inaugural UCG Championship. No matches have been, the matches aren't posted on the Gauntlet Facebook page, but stay tuned. Maybe they'll be posted up some later this week. Or you just got to wait and go to the show.
Yeah. And if you guys aren't following any of the companies that we talk about here on the show, we do link them on a post on our Facebook page at Just for Wrestling JFW Podcast, either Sunday or Monday, whenever it gets released. So you go over there and you click the link from there. Except Destination 6. For some reason, they don't stay linked. I don't understand that, but you can find them at Destination 6. They'll pop right up. But all the other companies are posted on today's post that we put up. So,
yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Freelance, since that is also this Friday, January the 24th. And that takes place at the Logan Square Auditorium, 2539 North Kesey Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Doors open at 7 p.m. Bell time is 8 p.m. Now, normally, I would tell you the ticket prices, but I don't have to in this situation because tickets are all sold out.
Really? Oh, good for Freelance.
But if you still want to watch it live,
But
you can watch it on IWTV live.
oh, there you go.
There you go. So while you're at Ultimate Gauntlet, you can be watching Freelance at the same time. Now, I don't recommend doing that. Pay attention to the matches in front of you. Watch IWTV later. Unless you're multitasker, you can do both. But I know how you people are these days. You focus on one thing and that's it. All right. So we got some matches. We have a tag match as Bang & Matthews take on Best Bros.
You say Bangin' Matthews?
Bang & Matthews.
Oh, there's a Bangin' Matthews. It's like Clutch. That's a
Well,
solid fucking name. That's a solid fucking name right there. But
didn't we have
Bang
this
and
discussion before about
Matthews.
another
Oh
tag
yeah,
team?
okay. Yeah, we did. I remember now. Yeah. Still though. If I
Still
ever become
some.
dude, if I ever become a fucking pro wrestler, my name's gonna be Bangin' Mash, and I'm just gonna eat fucking potatoes.
There
Okay.
you go.
Hell yeah.
I like potatoes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Who doesn't? I mean, fucking, they're so, you do so many different things with them.
If you don't like potatoes, you're weird. That's it.
Yeah. You can make them into a fucking salad, mash them. You can fucking have hash browns, french fries. You can be like LIM and shove them up your asses. I mean, they're so fucking universal. It's insane.
It's almost like a reverse bowel movement if you think about it. With that. Kind of like Kyle. Yeah.
Did I say that once?
Yes, you did.
God.
It gets
Oh,
played a
God.
lot. It gets played on Jedi Talk a lot.
Okay. God, I'm clever. I should get credit for that. Ah. Sorry. I just like when I do things that are funny.
Shane Mercer with James Russo will be taking on Cody Lane. Devin Monroe will be taking on Blair Onyx. Shaza McKenzie. What?
Blair Onyx is somebody I want to get into SCW. I have never seen her wrestle in person, but I've seen like videos of her on YouTube and wrestling. Awesome. I do really want to get her into SCW.
Yeah, I hope so.
She's awesome. She's definitely one of those. If you have women's wrestling in the Midwest, which a lot of companies don't for some reason, but if you're one of the few that do, she is definitely somebody that you need to consider booking 100%.
Hell yeah. Shaza McKenzie will be taking on Lainey Luck.
Both also good people.
Oh yeah. In a scramble match, Eye Candy Elliott will be taking on Trent Wrigley, Isaiah Velasquez, Trevor Outlaw, and Alfredo El Bitter. Then Darren Corbin will be taking on Reagan Lytle. Then for the world title, we have Alfonso Gonzalez taking on Danhausen. And that is Freelance, no ring time for the week. That in week is WEAK for those who don't know much. It is this Friday, January the 24th. 24th.
No, you're right the first time.
Logan Square Auditorium, 2539 North Kennedy Avenue in Chicago. Doors open at 7 p.m. Bell time 8 p.m. No tickets. They are sold out. So check it out on IWTV.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. I'll do D6 real quick and then we'll just wrap up with IWA Productions and Frontline.
Frontline, and then a little bit of Rocket Pro.
Oh, that's right, Rocket Pro. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, so also happening this Saturday is Shooting for the Stars, the Destination 6 show. This show is in memory of Mr. Impact himself. Tickets are still available. VIP are $30, front rows $25, general admissions $20, kids and unders $10. Doors open at 5:15 for the VIPs, 5:30 for general. Show starts at 6 o'clock. It's at 136 West Carroll Street in Macomb, Illinois. Tickets are available, and you can find the link to the ticket sales at their Facebook page, Destination 6, and their post about the upcoming show. Okay, some of the matches. Did I really just lose it? God, that's why I need. This is why I miss Pacman, because he's so much better at this to me.
And this was his segment.
I know, right? This is his fucking responsibility.
But he's still scared of a cat, still stuck in that bathroom.
God, that dude just needs to get laid one day. See what a fucking oh, cat. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah. We're gonna see Shank Berzini take on Oliver Kane in a casket match for the D6 Midwest Express Championship. I gotta tell you, this poster actually looks pretty sweet. If you ever get a chance, go to Destination 6 and look at their casket match post. Pretty intimidating stuff. I'll tell you, that's wild. We got the Impact Eliminator, where you got Victor Analog taking on Mr. Broadway, taking on Percy Drew, taking on Zach Hendricks, taking on Rafael Quintero, taking on Logan Myers. You got the D6 Women's Championship as Ashlyn Alexander's taking on Tootie Lynn. You got Juice King Joey Pearson taking on Lizardman Nathan Nile. You got the Dreamwave and D6 Tag Team Championships. Both are going to be on the line as Dreamwave champions. The Hype will be taking on Destination 6 champions, the New Guys. Tommy Davis will be taking on Eric Esnight. And, that actually might be it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. There we go. Cool.
Nice.
Oh, that was painless.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so hey, if you're in the Macomb area on Saturday, check out Destination 6. Again, doors will open at 6 o'clock. Shows start. Go watch some fucking wrestling. Boom. Got it done.
All right.
Done, son.
Cool. All right. So let's say you weren't at Rocket Pro Wrestling's Resolution.
I was.
But you really, 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 really want to see it.
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
But you don't want to wait until it pops up on YouTube.
That'd be insane. And why would you want to sit there and watch an hour-long fucking vlog where people are fucking shaking their cameras and, just fucking mumbling and talking over fucking every little thing?
Yeah, right.
I know you're thinking, am I talking about the LIM's vlog or I'm talking about the stupid Idolizer vlog? The answer, yes. Because they both just put out the same exact fucking vlog. And not only that, from the same fucking spot. That's what's wild about it. They both filmed the entire fucking show, in little clips and like fucking shit. And then you're just like, hey, you know what? We're going to make a vlog. The only part of the LIM vlog that was cool, and I get it, we're going to talk about the end, is the beginning where Pax went on a date. And then at the end, where they talked about us. And then in the middle there, it's the exact same shit that they're going to see on the big screen this Saturday if you go to the movie theater.
Yeah. And you are right. It is going to be shown before it hits YouTube at Hollywood Boulevard Cinema on the big screen, where you get food, drinks, the works. And there will be a meet and greet starting at 6 p.m. where you can meet all your favorite Rocket Pro superstars. Now, unfortunately, I will not be there because, well, I have a match this Saturday at SCW.
You'll be too busy beating the shit out of Scott Spade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Hollywood Boulevard is 1001 75th Street in Downers Grove. And again, meet and greet 6 p.m. Premiere is at 7 p.m. Tickets are, if you want them in advance, are on the Facebook page via a link. So there you go. Otherwise, get them when you get there. But if you see Maximus Just point and laugh. You'll know why.
Hey man, I'm just saying he definitely choked his mom out like I thought he was going to. So earned my respect. Sorry to say. Nothing against Shelly, but I hand my word. Also,
there's a joke, but I'm gonna say it off the air.
Perfect. I don't know why the fuck the LIM had to vlog me while fucking he was choking his mom out. Yeah, it's just, granted, yes, they did catch my incitement for that moment, but still.
It's almost like there was there was something between you and Maximus.
It was, he definitely stared at me before he choked his mom out. If he choked his mom out because of what I said on our show, I'm okay with that. I don't feel bad for it. I don't regret it. That's hilarious. Absolutely fucking funny.
It also means he needed material to beat his mom.
That's true. Until Rion, instead of calling for the bell, pulled Maximus off. And we're going to get the answer on as to why in 2 weeks on this very show when Rion returns to the JFW podcast.
Can't wait for that.
Oh, no.
All right.
Well, he's not going to do it on the LIM podcast. That's exclusively Rocket Pro only because they can't get their fucking asses into any other company. He'll be here, though, instead.
Yeah. All right. IWA Productions has a show this Saturday, January 25th, not 20 the 5th. And it's called Cold as Ice. Kind of like today and tomorrow. It is 521 Perkins Avenue in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is 7 p.m. Front row is $12. Intermission $7. Now, if you want these advanced tickets, hit up Ringside Buffet, which is at the same location, like 10 feet away from the building. And they got great food. Can't go wrong. Get your tickets, go have some food, and you'll have a fantastic day. There's no matches announced right now. Stay tuned to IWA Productions on Facebook for all that information if they post it. Otherwise, just go have a ball, eat some food at the buffet, and enjoy some wrestling.
I look forward to getting down to IWA Productions for their first off for their buffet, but secondly, that's one of the extended road trips I'm really excited to be a part of. I'm going to do a lot of personal stuff I need to get done down south in Illinois as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun fact, remind me off air to tell you something interesting I found out about my family that pertains to Southern Illinois.
Nice.
Yeah. We don't got time to do it here. We got a lot of stupid shit to talk about after Frontline Pro.
Yeah. Which is I'm going to talk about right now on Frontline Pro is not stupid shit.
Frontline Pro is not stupid shit. Frontline Pro has 26 shows this year.
Yeah.
Maybe 25. Quite a bit of shows.
A lot of shows.
A lot of fucking shows. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That just shows you you got something going.
Yeah. Props to Ben for doing his thing.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Ben the Booker, good for you. Ben the guy who tore us apart for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you're still kind of meh to us.
Yeah. Still like your I still like your content. I still like what you put out there for the world to enjoy. I still like what you do as far as helping those who need help, but yeah, when you come at me for no reason other than just because you wanted to, different dipshits we're going to talk about after you. So
you got to work your way out of that.
Yeah, which is possible. Like I said, Max earned my respect, and he's still a moron, but earned a little bit of respect for choking out his own mother. Good for him.
Yeah, one day at a time, right?
One day at a time. That's right.
All right, so Frontline Pro presents Ground Zero this Saturday, January 25th at the Wasua
Wazoo.
Wasawa? Whatever, some Wisconsin name.
Yeah.
Elks Lodge. It is 414 Scott Street in a Wisconsin named city, WAUSAU, Wisconsin. And bell time is 6 p.m. So I assume doors open about 5:30, 5:15-ish, maybe 5. And general admission tickets are just $20. Disco Ray will have apparently a huge guest for his talk show All the Way with Disco Ray. Now, he had Godfather last time. So is he bigger than the Godfather? I mean, come on, it's the Godfather. And there were hoes. Maybe not the kind of hoes that we would like. Unless
Wisconsin
we were,
hoes.
unless we want to, grow stuff in the garden. But nonetheless, there were hoes.
I don't know. Wisconsin hoes, though, man. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know when we'll find out who his guest is. Maybe it'll be updated this week, or it'll be a surprise at the show.
Or maybe Steve will share it on the Power Hour tomorrow.
Maybe. Hey Steve, if you know information, share it.
Yeah, make an announcement. Otherwise, make sure you just follow Frontline Pro on Facebook and you can find out then too.
Yeah, that does work too.
That does work too.
It does. In a 4-way match, we have Regis Atlas taking on Rockin' Rivera, Kevin Lee, and Channing Thomas. For the heavyweight championship, Josh Price, the champion, taking on Justin Fowler. For the tag team titles, it will be the Rapture, the tag team champions. They'll be taking on Swoggle and Nick Colucci. Quinn Whittick will be taking on the Warhorse. For the Bakerville Championship, it will be a triple threat match as Jared Jax, the champion, takes on Coda Jacobs and Shaq Jordan. Sam Eli will be taking on Kevin Calloway. And then it will be Joey Avalon taking on Mustafa Ali. And that is Frontline Pro Ground Zero this Saturday.
Nice. All right, Nubby.
What's up, Travis?
So there's a lot I could say that pertained to what was put out there on social media over the course of the last 2 days. But the thing is what was said about me, other than the stupid shit that's not true, is immaterial because, like I said about Tom, there's nothing bad you can say about me that's going to fucking affect me. But a group of guys who claim to be your friend. Actually, that's a lie. Let me retract that. It's not a group of guys. It's one person.
One person
Attacked you. Because I can't blame the LIM. I can't do it. I can't say that the LIM thinks you're a bitch. It's one person that called you a bitch. And that's Gabagool. Now, we saw Double J and him at the end of the vlog.
Oh, there was a vlog?
There's a vlog. There's a vlog. Well, but that's not an important.
Oh, wait. I tried to watch that today, but then I noticed that I still wasn't in the intro, so I turned it off.
Yeah, it's not important. Yeah, no, it's goofy shit. Like we could talk about maybe talk about that next week if need be. The thing about it is like there's a lot of lies in it that first I will say this. It's funny. I can give you a hint. It's probably the best thing the LIM has ever fucking done.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did a couple of jackasses come together and do like a parody of JFW?
Yeah. They did. And I'm gonna, like I said, that's why it was the best thing they ever put out, because it's us. They did a spoof, a parody, a mockery of JFW. Because of that, it's the greatest thing in the world. It's the best thing they ever put out. And the thing is, it only was like 4 or 5 fucking minutes. It didn't have to be a hour-long, boring-ass movie, or a 45-minute long, useless fucking court case. It was 5 minutes of 2 guys spewing lies to try to create content for themselves to be relevant.
Oh, so it's kind of like watching a presidential debate.
Very similar, yeah. Just 2 guys, and like I said, I'm happy with Double J's rendition of me. Using the F word, every other word, which is what we do here. Don't care. It's just how I talk on this podcast. It doesn't bother me. I don't know why he said I don't vape, so that joke makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't even smoke anymore. I don't. So that's wrong. I like how he jokes about me picking on the small things that don't matter, which is bullshit, because anything you say should matter. So if anything comes out of somebody's mouth, like Pacman or Tony, Double J, or whatever, if it's like seen on wrestling, yeah, it's a small thing. Well, if that thing's out there in the world, that's something that should be talked about. But because I talk about it, it's an insignificant thing that doesn't matter because there's a bigger picture. There is no bigger picture when it comes to the LIM, because what they do doesn't fucking matter. Do I care about being praised for the things I do? I like being recognized for the work I do, but I think everyone does. I think anyone who puts shit out there into the world should get credit to what they do. That's why my name shows up at the credits of the LIM podcast or the LIM movie, because I gave them an idea, and those who produced the movie felt that I deserved credit for what I did.
And it was a brilliant idea.
I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. They didn't have to do it. I didn't fucking ask for it, but I'm glad they did it. But when people do shit, they should get the credit for it. Like when Pacman sits there and tells me, hey, I told them your idea and they loved it. Well, of course they did, because first off, I have good fucking ideas. But I appreciate him giving me the credit. Just like when he does something, he gets a credit. When you do something, you get the credit. When anybody does anything, they deserve credit because that's their work. And that's what they should be appreciative of. But beyond all that, beyond all the negative things they tried to say about me that were completely wrong, whatever, besides the fact that they believe I'd rather be at Rocket Pro Wrestling than SCW, wrong, because I love the fact that I get to book SCW. I don't mind Rocket Pro Wrestling, but SCW is going to come before Rocket Pro because that's what got me from 2017 to here. If they want to believe that my show is only thriving because Nubby's on here, there could be some truth to that. I want Nubby on here because the wrestling business. If you weren't here, I'd probably still be talking just about SCW. Maybe more so talking about televised wrestling. Maybe every once in a while when Dizzle J is, available. But because you're here, we got to talk about CSW, Rocket Pro, I probably would still talk about AirW, but not as deeply as we do. But there wouldn't be, Janesville Wrestling, Brew City Wrestling, IWA Productions, and all these other companies. You did that. And I don't think
even LIM.
Or LIM. But because you're here, we get to do that. And I've given you credit for that before too. I've always acknowledged what you have done for this podcast. I'm glad that they went ahead and did the exact same thing that Alpha Zeta Zeta did and focused on the YouTube subscriptions, which when it comes to a show like the LIM or the Power Hour that is centered around YouTube, those subscriptions matter. For us, when it's audio, that's what matters to me. And I don't have to get into the long fucking thought out process because I did that with Alpha Zeta Zeta. We just throw shit up on YouTube, but it's just the video of our show. It's the audio that matters. That's the content that goes out. So when the LIM wants to brag about having 69 subscribers on their video podcast, and they want to talk about my 66 subscribers on my audio podcast, that should be a problem that they should fucking look at. Because when my audios are getting just as many views as their videos, then maybe they should look at what they're fucking doing wrong. You know, good on them for saying, hey guys, we need to up the views in our videos, so put your shit on a loop and let's get these views up. Good on them. But don't come at me about video subscribers when I have an audio podcast. I just started putting videos out because let's try to grow that too. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter because I got the audio downloads. They don't have video views on their video podcast, but they want to spend their time bitching at us about our shit. And again, all of this is irrelevant. This isn't the worst part of all of it. The worst part of it all is these people who claim to be your friend is being led by fucking Pacman's sidekick who sits there and calls you a bitch. And I'm curious on your thoughts about being called a soft shell bitch by a guy who gets his gimmick from The Sopranos. Because this is your LIM. This is your group. This is the group that wanted you. That I watched your induction into it and how excited he was to give a big old fuck you to Travis for not being there and inducting you into the LIM because that's their thing. No disrespect, Nubby. They didn't want you to want you. They wanted you because I told them not to put you in there. That was obvious the way they fucking acted. But then they get you in. They say that they love you. They say that they like you. They say that what Maximus did to you was a horrible thing. They do this whole court case. It gets thrown out because somebody put currency at the bottom of one of those beer bottles. They do all this saying like, oh my God, what happened? This is absurd. This is insane. But then Gabagools says that this was your greatest moment in wrestling is being chokeslammed by Maximus Orion and being called a bitch. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm such a bad guy because a petition that doesn't matter to anybody but the LIM gets torn up by Damian Saint. That makes me a bad person. What's that to say about the guy who calls you a soft shell bitch? What is he then?
So let's break this down, shall we?
100% on board.
All right. So I'm a soft shell bitch. So he brings up what happened a year ago. This petition. Cool. So he had a petition going, got me reinstated. You didn't sign it because they ran you down.
That's true.
And I believe I did give you shit for it.
We had our conversations about that. We've had our disputes about it. We found a mutual understanding and accepted. And again, it was wrong of me to be petty about it. 100% was. You know, if I knew it would have made a difference, I would have signed it. But just because they do hashtag let Steve sit, and then 6 months later Steve eventually sits, and they want to take credit for that, I don't care what petition would have happened. I don't think Damian Saint would have hired you back regardless of my signature on that thing or not. That's just my opinion of it. But yes, that was wrong of me not to just support you in any way that would have been supportive anyways. That was on me. But yes, good. We found common ground. We're good now. We're good on that.
But still, we're good. But the point is, I gave you shit for it. Correct.
You did 100%.
Okay. And I thanked Gabagool for doing this petition, did I not?
That was nice of him, and yes, you did. You acknowledged your appreciation for what he did. Yeah,
I did. So I acknowledged him. I belittled you.
You did.
We'll just call it
as
that.
Should, and which is the right way of going about it. That was a justified response to what happened. 100%. Yep.
Okay. So then, a year later, about a little under a year, Maximus Orion turns on me. Correct.
Yeah.
And apparently, I did not get off my shell after that. And that's what Gabagool is saying. And I'm a
That-
soft shell bitch, and I
so
just
you're
got
a
to get
soft
up,
shell.
right?
Yeah, you're a soft shell bitch. Yeah.
Okay. So that turn by Maximus took place at Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
What happened at Darkness Falls, Travis?
Why are you asking the guy that has a bad memory, bro? I was. Oh, jeez. I think what is that? That's when they attacked your arm, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But
You were in a match and you got attacked. Yeah.
I did. So a match had taken a place.
Yeah.
Someone had to issue a challenge, right? I
Sounds,
believe it was me that issued the challenge.
sounds like you got off your shell.
I did get off my
Sounds like
shell.
you got off your shell. Yeah.
How about that?
Right. Yeah. Oh,
Huh. Interesting.
Hmm.
Oh,
sounds like there's some holes in their in their statements there.
yeah.
Shocker. Shocker.
Shell shocking, if you
Shell
will.
shocking. Punt it up. Fucking punt it up, bro.
I was standing when I made this challenge. Clearly off my shell.
Yeah.
So then you had mentioned the match took place, and after the match, I got jumped by
Yeah.
the owner of the company, by the general manager of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, guys. Way to show
Mhm.
how authority works.
Yeah.
Injured my arm. Okay. Then the next event, Harvest Havoc, took place. Let's see. Maximus Orion out to the ring with his two goons, Schultze and what's his nuts, Desafio. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
What happened next? Oh yeah, that's right. A guy not on his shell broke through the barricade, not falling through the barricade. But opened it up gingerly and went to the ring.
Mhm.
Which prior to that, where was this guy hanging out? Oh, he was hanging out with the other members of LIM, Tony Gabagool to be exact, and I think others. But still, Gabagool was there,
Yeah.
helping me hide.
Mhm.
Interesting. Which is always much appreciated. You know, getting the assist from another LIM member. Always appreciate when I get help. So again, went to the ring. Mind you, not on my shell.
Hmm.
Got in there and I beat the holy hell out of 3 scumbags. Not the scumbag army. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah. You don't want to confuse that. They make
So I'll just use.
you and shit. Yeah.
I'll just say 3 morons.
There we go. Stop. Because that's what's on the back of his pants. So
Yeah. So I knocked out 3 morons. Not on my shell though, but Gabagool.
oh.
So I don't know where you get this shit that I need to get off my soft shell. Clearly, I've been off my shell since the first attack.
Yeah. And not only that, I think like when you wanted to come back and fight them, they forced you onto a medical leave and then suspended you.
Yeah.
If I just had to guess, if I had to go into the mind of fucking, Gabagool, I think the only reason he says that you need to get off your shell is because you asked what? Maybe a few times on why Nuke hasn't reinstated you, or maybe now that he has full power, why he hasn't, reinstated you, which is a valid question because I'm kind of confused now that I'm thinking about it more. You're a soft shell bitch for wanting to get reinstated. What are they when they're trying to get Steve to sit in a fucking chair?
Interesting.
It's see, and that's what's the problem when it comes to people like fucking Gabagool and I guess kind of like Double J, is that when they do something, oh, it's a movement, it's empowering, It's for the fans. It's for this, blah, 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 blah. But when other people do it, it's whining. It's being a bitch. You know, it's saying shit, you know, just to claim to be the best. Like the very first thing that he said in that video was the LIM wasn't invited to the Power Hour last week.
Okay.
The very first thing he said was a complete fucking lie. Or he's just ignorant because Pax was supposed to be there. But Pax is fucking fucking worked, fucking spent, fucking sitting in a fucking, you know, fucking closet somewhere because he can't fucking do anything and has to what? Fucking be gone for a month? And blame it on a fucking cat for a fucking month?
But why is it our fault that
it's not our show?
It wasn't our show. So why aren't taking the blame toward the other guy?
The whole purpose of that Power Hour was because Steve wanted to have this kumbaya moment between the Fourth Mother Box and JFW. It had nothing to do with the LIM whatsoever. But the LIM could have been represented if fucking Pacman ever showed up for his job. I'm sorry, his responsibilities. I can't call it a job because this isn't a job. But this is a responsibility that he was willing to step up and be a part of. And he was invited. He didn't show up, and he could have. But he didn't. So because Pax doesn't show up, Gabagool has to say, oh, well, the LIM is the redheaded stepchild of Freaknet Studio. I am so sick of hearing that. There was another show that used to be the redheaded stepchild of Freaknet Studios, and they're not here anymore. Because they use the same fucking shit. Oh, I guess I'm the redheaded stepchild. I guess I'm the redheaded stepchild. It's the stupidest fucking statement you could ever make. If I wanted to sit there and just belittle and bastardize a show, I wouldn't put him on a network. I never claimed to be this ruler of Freaknet Studios. I don't know where that. Again, I honestly believe that they had to go back and listen to the podcast I did with Joe, where I responded to the old podcast that used to be here, because all they did is just reiterate everything he said about who I am. And again, like I said before, it's just bullshit because nobody has anything else to fucking say. It's pandering of the worst kind. And this part that sucks the most is that they literally sit there and have to write down these fucking scripts as is, oh, this is going to be fucking good. Oh, I can't wait to say this. Oh, I can't wait to do that. And we don't have to do that. That we could just sit here and be like, okay, this shit is stupid. Let them say what they want to say, and none of it makes fucking sense. And then I get to sit there and laugh at the fact that they tried this once a few years back and they fucking failed. And I tried to give them an out. The guys, don't do this. It's going to be fucking embarrassing again. And it's going to be. Because eventually, Pacman's coming back. And he's going to have to sit here and answer for the LIM. Because regardless of what fucking Tony wants to call himself, he's not the leader of the LIM. Him and Double J will never be more than fucking Pacman's sidekicks and do whatever fucking Pat wants to do, because the LIM is Pat's, and it's always going to be Pat's, and it's never not going to be fucking Pat's. Because newsflash, guys, you're wrestling fans. You're not in the wrestling business. You don't have gimmicks. You don't have storylines. You don't have this shit. Be fucking adults. Just fucking realize that, like, it's like, oh man, we're gonna script this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna tell the story. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody gives a shit. You sit there and put out a fucking vlog of fucking Pacman and Lori going, or Laura, what's her Laura, right? Laura?
Little McGee.
Yeah, Little McGee are going to a fucking Olive Garden where fucking Pat has pretend to walk out fucking drunk, you know, after drinking 2 bottles of fucking wine. I don't know if you've ever been to a fucking Olive Garden. They're never going to overserve you fucking wine. And if you're really getting drunk off of 2 bottles of fucking wine, well, you got a fucking vagina. It's ridiculous to think that that's what they fucking come up with. That's their fucking idea. Hey, this is good fucking content. You know? And good on Pacman. Finally having a fucking date. You just have to script it in order for it to fucking happen. Good on you, buddy. Good on you.
But you know what gets me is Gabagool bitching about not being on the Power Hour. But where was my invite when you had that podcast when Maximus and Shelly were on? Huh?
Yeah.
Where was that? And it's been documented on social media somewhere on one of the posts that Lil McGee did not know I wasn't invited. And she was not happy. So to say that all of LIM are mad at me because of shit going on, it's not true. There's only one person fucking it up right now for the LIM, and that's Gabagool. And to think I advocate, which is crazy, I advocated the entire time the top fan was around to have Gabagool be the leader. But I am the soft-shelled bitch here? Get the fuck out of here. And now this, what, is supposedly that parody involved Double J, and now he's running his mouth about me? Double J. Were you coerced to do that? Did he force your hand? I thought you were better than that.
Dude, again, lackeys, followers, fucking psychics, they'll do anything they're asked. It's probably like one of the things where fucking Gabagool fucking went up to him and said, hey, John, I have this idea for a parody. You want in? He's just like, sure. He doesn't fucking know, and he doesn't fucking care. And it doesn't fucking matter, because when it comes to everyone in the LIM, he's the least fucking relevant of them all. Even Giggles is more fucking interesting to fucking know about than fucking John. Nobody gives a shit about John. He is, to be honest with you, he's the me of the fucking LIM.
It's because of the hair.
He's solid fucking hair. He just says a bunch of mean shit and quick one-liners that people find fucking funny. He's no different than me over the LIM, but the problem is people like me, and they just don't really give a fuck about who he is. And it's a sad fucking concept, but you know what? Excuse me. You know what? It's just probably better off if he just fucking sits on the sidelines and let everyone else do their shit. Because again, if you're less entertaining than fucking Giggles, you really don't deserve to fucking be around anything. You know, I'm glad that he's a seat filler for the fucking podcast. You know, the fucking girl, she hasn't really done anything.
And yet she's still more entertaining than Gabagool.
She's 100% entertaining. You know what? And when she did the voice, the little Italian voice in the vlog, that was funny. It was fucking adorable. It was funny. You know, when she came up to me at the Rocket Pro show, and she shook my hand, and even though I didn't want to give her the time of day because I didn't fucking care, she was still nice. And she brought me cookies that she just baked. Granted, they were store-bought, but hey, what the fuck ever. Nice of her. She's a good person. That's why I urge you, don't come at me. Because I'll say shit. And I won't regret it. I'm telling you right now. It's not a good thing. It's not.
It's almost like she should be the leader at this point.
I'm okay with her being the leader. You know, they could fucking all be fucking mean girls. A bunch of bitches who, look at me, even me. Look at me, calling people bitches. Like the fucking norm now. A bunch of fucking bitches who just want to fucking like spew bullshit at people that nobody cares about.
And that's another thing. It's kind of gimmick infringement calling me a bitch when Maximus is the bitch. You can only have one bitch in the LIM. Really.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it was kind of similar to a question I asked you earlier on the show. Why do you want to be a part of this group? If Gabagool, the leader, says you're a soft shell bitch. Why? Why be part of that? Why sit there and say that you're an LIM member to a group that does that?
I mean, the leader is a bit of a dickhead, but I do enjoy the other members more than him.
I guess as long as they kind of just sit there and keep their mouths shut, it should be fine. Clearly, PX put out his little post stating that he doesn't want to respond to anything going on, which I respect. Because again, if he fucking starts running his mouth and he's sitting here on the show with us, starting next month or March or whenever he decides to show his face again, fucking it'll just be really uncomfortable for him for me to have to fucking badmouth him to his fucking face rather than whatever he chooses to listen to the show the next fucking day or that night or whatever. I have nothing against the LIM. I think it's stupid that they keep calling this a fucking war. I don't even know why they called the first thing a fucking war. It's fucking goofy. It shows me that somebody ran out of fucking content and it's like, oh shit, what are we gonna do now? Oh, I know. Let's go say some shit towards JFW. Let's call it just freaking whining, which I don't know who, but somebody's already said that before.
I think it's Fourth Mother Box, so they're stealing their gimmick.
Yeah, so it's just like they have nothing. They have nothing original to say, which is valid because there's nothing they can say against me. The shit that they were wrong about was pathetic, and the shit they were right about doesn't fucking matter. They can't jokingly say that I'm your best friend and then say that I don't give a fuck about anybody. Like, it doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. That's like me saying, like, oh my God, the LIM are funny as fuck, but all their vlogs suck. No, only one of those statements are right, and they're not funny. It's just, it's sad and it's pathetic that I gotta sit here all over again and tell them, do not do what you're trying to do. It's just going to end badly for you. Because you're going to sit here and attack this show. It's not going to fucking end up well. You're going to continue to sit here and belittle fucking Nubby, which he has done nothing to you except be a friend and a fucking member of your stupid little group. And you have nothing on me that's going to affect me. But I have so much on you people that I would just embarrass the fuck out of you if I start talking about what you don't want me to talk about. So think about that going into next week or the next 2 weeks or whenever you decide to put out another vlog or put out another fucking podcast, or just remember all the conversations we have had over the course of the last couple of years. And think of all the shit that you're like, man, it's really cool to talk to somebody like you about this shit. Because I'm the asshole that will use it if you decide you want to fucking say something about me. Oh, yeah.
And there is no war, honestly.
There's not. And don't talk about my fucking buddy Nubby because he did nothing wrong to you.
I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. And that's the worst part about it. Because again, I don't care what they fucking say about me because it's irrelevant. They have fucking nothing. But when they say shit about you, that's just trying to fucking just fucking, piss on a fucking fire in hopes it fucking does something. Fuck that shit. If they're coming after you because of JFW, that's a fucking ignorant thing to do too. You've done nothing but be a supporter of LIM, a supporter of everything they did. You sat through all their little fucking skits and movies and fucking vlog. You did everything you were asked to do because you're a good friend to them. And they want to call you a soft shell bitch. Take time out of your day to go do a fucking court video. Take time out of your fucking day to go do to be a referee in their fucking little match in their movie. Take time out of your day to be on their fucking podcast when they ask you to promote their shit when you do it. They want to call you a soft shell bitch. That's why I don't understand why you want to be in a group like that, regardless if it's just one or all. The fact that the quote unquote leader called you a soft shell bitch after everything you have done for them over the course of the last, 3-4 fucking years? To me, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think there might be at a point where I will walk away. I'll have to really think about it, even though I probably should just walk away. But I feel like if I walk away, I'll be walking away from everybody else. When, again, this is not a war against the LIM. I did say I was pissed at the LIM. I probably poor choice of words, but really, I was really pissed at Gabagool, who, again, I advocated to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
He has not done anything right by me since he's become the leader. What he did while Pax was the leader, he did everything right. Because Pax had other things to do, and that was fine. Gabagool stepped up in Pax's absence. Great. Perfect. That's what a team does. But once he became the leader, it sounds like he's the top fan. Squared 2.0 or whatever we want to call it. Because hasn't done anything right by me. He pretends he does because he calls Maximus a bitch. Whoop de fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't kiss your ass because you call Maximus a moron.
Yeah.
I just happen to agree. He is a moron. He is a bitch. His mama thinks he's a bitch. So there we go. You put me through a core system that failed. Okay, fine. Whatever. It was content. You let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been on a podcast, was never asked to be on it, but Maximus was.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple of them that he was on that I wasn't asked to be on.
Yeah. It's wild too because he, as you mentioned, kind of, top fan light, if you will. But
there we go.
how long has he been champion for now? Like 4 months?
Something
give
like
or take?
that.
Yeah. He's had how many title defenses? 1?
A half.
Yeah, and they cut it short because of the incident that happened with the Freebirds.
Yeah, that's why it was a half shot.
That's
Half
top
title defense.
That's top fan shit. You rarely ever defend the title, and when you do, you just cut it off halfway through for some bullshit made up fucking reason because you don't want to fucking defend your title the rest of the night. So yeah, listen, if you want to be part of a group that's fucking led by a pussy like fucking Gabagool, good for you, brother. But to me, it's not fucking worth it if that guy who claims to be your friend because why? He did a petition over a year ago, wants to call you a soft shell bitch.
And he was in everything in that video that is not even accurate because, like I said, I was off my shell after Maximus did the turn. So you got no case here, Gabagool. So you might want to just consider your video obsolete. Start over again. You might want to start thinking about what you're doing here because you lost, partner.
Yeah, it will be far fucking worse because Jay knows this shit happens, and half the shit Jay says I don't fucking put on recordings because dude gets aggressive and personal. Like dude gets offended easily when fucking people say shit because he takes a lot of pride in this, and I do too. I don't base it on fucking YouTube because it doesn't fucking matter to me. And if Double J wants to base it on YouTube, good on him. But focus more on getting your fucking subscriber count up on your video shit. Because when you're seeing like, I'm gonna put out a video vlog that nobody fucking watches, focus more on that than trying to come at me. It's not fucking worth it. So. Nobody got anything else?
Side note.
There we go.
Ever since Resolution, Maximus has been quiet.
I mean, I would be too. He's no longer owner, and he lost to his mom. Yeah, I'd be a little silent too. Who's on the Power Hour this week?
Actually, that is a good question, and I'm gonna tell you who it is
And
Once
the
I pull it
person
up.
and
The
the
person.
person that's on the Power Hour is the person I'm about to say, which is
His name is Brandon Kendricks, and he is the owner of a new company called Chicago Elite Wrestling. I believe, yes. Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling.
That's a little closer, buddy.
Close to home a little bit. And which
That's
is funny.
That's a little closer.
And want to know how close it is? It's actually their first show is taking place at the same venue that Ultimate Combat Gauntlet is. So it is close to home.
Bedford?
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Okay.
But yeah, it's a new company starting up. He was actually on Windy City Slam this past week. So if you don't want to wait to hear what happens on the Power Hour, you can go back and check that episode of Windy City Slam from last week, which is hosted by our pal Mike Pankow. Love that guy. But
yeah, I met him Saturday. Solid dude. Or 2 Saturdays ago, but yeah.
Yeah, at Resolution. But nonetheless, he will be in the Power Hour to talk about everything and anything about Chicago Elite Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, I was thinking about stuff, thinking about the past. Elite Pro.
I know, right? It's too close to fucking home, bro. It's too close. But see, and that's the thing too, because I mean, he has a little cube that says CEPW, which I said EPW to Mike one time, and he did not have it. He did not have it.
Speaking of Elite Pro, I have this bracelet. It says Elite Pro on it.
Yeah.
My niece made it when Elite Pro started.
Oh. Okay.
So imagine how old that damn thing is.
Was it 17 years, give or take?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, damn. Okay. All right, Nubby, anything else wrestling related we got to talk about? Cover everything?
I think we covered everything that we needed to cover.
Awesome. Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freaking Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. And hey, you know what? If you want to watch us, feel free to go over to YouTube and check that out. We did put out some exclusives we got from Rocket Pro Wrestling. Gabagool actually did one. Had to be edited because they're fucking little babies, but check it out. And of course, check out all the other Freaking Studios podcasts that we're associated with, like the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast that comes out one fucking day a month because they got no other additional content to put out. The Power Hour, which is weekly. Just Freaking Wrestling weekly. This Freaking Show was weekly. Fourth Mother Box was weekly. Jedi Talk, which is basically everyone's weekly except for the one day a month fucking Lovely Intoxicated Podcast. So please check out all the fucking podcasts that are relevant and the Lovely Intoxicated one as well. So, Nubby, that's all I got.
I believe we can ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I'm Travis-T.
And I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle, Kawabunga.
And thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.